I'm not a junior anymore, so I started delegating. And I delegate my sponsor announcement talks to Martin. He needs a bit of applause and encouragement.
Yes. Let's see if I press this button. Oh, yeah. All right. Good morning, everybody. Don't leave just yet. I have something very important to tell. Okay. So NGBE would not be NGBE without the people in this room and the other rooms. But also, we cannot organize this conference without our sponsors. And Sofico is one of those sponsors. And you might already know them from because they are the main lead sponsor of the Ghent Marathon, which is the biggest marathon held in Belgium, apparently. So can I get a big round of applause of Sofico and Ruben from Sofico?
All right, thank you very much. So I'll immediately start with the last slide. Go ahead, screenshot it, QR code, whatever, if you feel obliged to do so. So you don't need to interrupt me for this. So yeah, thank you for having us. It's been now, I believe, the fourth edition that we are a sponsor at NGBE. And during those 4 years, a lot of stories have been made, actually. Some of you, if you've been here for many times, you might remember that we gave away an electronic step, I think, a few times. And at some point, my colleague Lars, who is here as well, drove from the back to the front. And as you can see, the narrow passage that you had, it was amazing that he didn't stumble in any way. He got it here safely. The person who won the step 2 months later said it was stolen in Antwerp, so that's a thing. Then we modified the hill climb racer game, if you remember that, if you ever played it. We Sofico-liced it a little, so to speak. You could play it at our booth. Somebody then saw what the URL was and then played all afternoon at the conference and had the high score. But nicely, he said that he cheated, basically. So I guess developers will stay developers. So all of this was just an idea to get involved in this. For me, was just saying, shouldn't we sponsor this? I'm doing Angular, so yeah, why not? But there are other people who do the heavy lifting, so to say, the people at the booth and so on. So I would like to take the opportunity to give them at least a round of applause for the 4 years that they're already doing it. So yeah, let's give them at least an applause. They're not in the room, but I wanted to thank them anyway. For me, it's easy. We sit in a beanbag, try to be comfortable, relaxed, don't sleep, and just watch for them. It's a working day, right? So, Sofico, to get back on the topic, I guess, what we do, we're in the automotive and finance industry. So simply put, we build software for car leasing. Bike leasing is also a thing, as some of you know here in Belgium. You're able to lease a bike if your company offers that. So we built a software for that. The name of the software is called Miles. Yesterday I was in a workshop of Manfred, and he had a sub-app called Miles, so I was a little confused here, Miles as well. Not again. But yeah, so that was a little confusing. So what is the purpose of that piece of software that we built? Is basically manage the whole life cycle of a vehicle, right? You are allowed to choose a car, perhaps. You log into a tool, you configure, you have a contract, you drive the car, you give it back. All of that included. Or private lease, as we like to call it. You don't want to pay the whole amount, but you want the benefits of somebody taking care of the maintenance, whatever. That's also going through our system. That's then more a financial product to go into that terminology. So yeah, that's basically Miles. Then technology stack-wise, I think it's clear that we use Angular, or that would be very strange me standing here. But we also use Java as our microservices behind the scenes with the whole AKS, Azure, Kubernetes, and whatever you can think of that everybody would like to work with. We do it. And that's something that we had people joining Sofico said, you you really do it. So I'm surprised you're not saying only that you will do it, you really do it. So that's a nice compliment, I guess, that we are using the latest stuff. So a company, as a software company, wouldn't be a company if we don't do like activities, right? Fun activities. We have more than just a ping pong table at the office that everybody do and tries to sell you. Hey, join us, we have a ping pong table. We do a ping pong tournament, so that's already a step up. We also do a dart tournament, but this is all in the context of Warmste Week, or literally translated Warmest Week in Belgium. We have a tournament I participated in. I did quite well for my for what I thought I would be doing in the dart tournament, but yeah, I'm speaking here. I'm not participating anymore, so I guess you know how that went. So another cool thing, if you need an idea for something next year, our colleague Guillaume, who's sitting in one of the beanbags, I think, came up with an idea of Santa lost packages for the warmest week. So we bought, I don't know how many we bought, 50, 55, lost Amazon and whatever packages that were never delivered. He wrapped them and then basically sold them. So we don't know what's in them. Nobody knows. So we'll see in a week, I think, or two, what's in there. And if it's my money's worth, I guess. So that's a fun thing if you need an idea. What else do we do? Like Maarten said, we have the marathon. If you want to do it, we went to Terbuy in September. Yes, we went to that hotel that had a fire. So good thing that didn't happen at that time and that nobody got injured at this very moment. We went to Barcelona, but all of this I want to showcase. Activities are just activities, but it's safe to say that we do make friends at work. We do laugh. We do speak or talk to each other outside of work. I think you can relate that it's difficult to not talk about work outside of work. But nevertheless, we try. It's safe to say that I made a few friends there. So we try to really be it's not just a job. If you don't want it to be just a job, it can be more than that. So to end off, so it's like I said, the 4th year I've been here, 5 years that I've been visiting the conference, I think, 7 years that I worked at Sofico, and from that moment onwards we're with 220 people, and we actually grew to 500 to 600 people in those years. So I can imagine that, or that you can imagine that there have been some challenges and there will still be challenges to scale and scope that kind of thing. But it's obviously, there's more than enough room to fit some of you in there as well, if you would be interested. If not, fine as well. If you want to talk to us, come talk to us at the booth. And as I said, feel free to scan the QR code if it would be to an interest of you. If not, there are also some stories just from people telling how it is at Sofico, or there are a few people who run the marathon that they committed to run the marathon, or the half, they could choose. But they tell their story of how it's going. Some do it in a video, some write it down. And to be clear, it's a hard thing to do, as you can imagine. So if you're interested in those stories, regardless of you're looking for a job or not, it's fun to see as well. So yeah, that's basically what I have to tell here right now. Thank you all for listening and staying here, because now there's a break, if I'm correct. So yeah, thank you very much and enjoy the conference.
Thank you so much.